I basically like I just haven't made a video in like a week, and I feel like the longer I go without making a video, the harder it becomes to actually make a video. And then today I was looking on like the blogs and stuff, and there was just no music that was sticking out to me. So I decided to make this video, and I've actually filmed this video about 100 times on different occasions, like over the course of 3 years, and I've never been able to do it justice. Will I be able to do it justice today? I don't know, but I think I'll just like go ahead and tell the story. It was a few years ago, and I was like 18, so I'm 22 now. I was 18 back then, and I was working at Starbucks full time. Basically, my family, they decided to go on holiday to Hawaii for like 2 weeks, and I'd already like taken up a bunch of holidays from Starbucks or whatever, so they like weren't gonna let me have any more holidays, so I couldn't go on a trip. Me and my friend Sean, we decided, since my family were going away, I might as well throw a house party. And I'd always wanted to do it, just like a classic teenager house party, like, you know, something you can look back on when you're old and be like, yeah, I threw a house party when my parents were away, just like in the movies or something. So Sean and I, like, we created this whole invitation list, blah, 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 sent out the invites, and then we're getting hyped and stuff for the party. I was at work one day, and basically my boss found out that I was wanting time off work to go to Hawaii. I hadn't told her that. I just said I wanted time off, and she was like, no. But then she was like, that's ridiculous. Like, Hawaii is, like, amazing. Like, you should totally go. But this was, like, a week before my family were going away. I was like, okay, I'll take the week off. But I was like, you know, no one had bought, like, my parents hadn't bought me a ticket, right? I don't really understand my boss's logic in that one. But I was like, yeah, I'll take the week off anyway. And I could just pretend. I told my dad this, and then he was like, all right, okay. Like, He was teaching me how to drive at the time. So one night we were driving around. At the end of the lesson, we were just parked somewhere, and he was like, look in the glove box. So I looked in the glove box, and there was like a plane ticket with my name on it. So I was like, shit, like I'm going to Hawaii. And I was like, oh fuck. In the back of my head, I was like, what about this party I've planned and stuff? But I was going to go a few days after my whole family went. So because of the way the flights worked, like they went, I had a weekend of free house, and then I went on the holiday as well, so I could still have the party. And this time I was kind of thinking, like, had I known all this would happen, I wouldn't throw this party because it's just too much shit. But like, you know, it was all set in motion anyway, so I kind of just let it be. So basically I was like, well, I'm just gonna have the party, and then I'll go to Hawaii, and it'll be crazy. It'll be a really fun weekend. So me and my friends, we like packed up the house, and we took pictures of where all the glasses were, and we moved the TV, and we locked away like a lot of the food. And like basically my friends, we were like fucking on it. We were like really just like made the house party proof. And we bought a bunch of like dragon soup, which is like it's kind of like Four Loko if you've not heard of it. And it's just like an energy drink and an alcoholic drink. And we just like we just went to town on it. We just had a really good party. A bunch of people came. I think someone actually crashed their car on the way home. Not like badly, but and there was a guy when we were trying to chuck people, like when the party was over, we were trying to chuck people out, and he kept like sneaking back into my house and hiding and stuff. And like in the morning, like woke up and there was like couches in the hallway, like stupid stuff, like. But me and my friends, we spent the whole day like cleaning up the place, like from head to toe, putting all the like fancy glasses back, putting everything like tip top condition. And then at the end of all that, I bought like all of them a Subway, like to say thanks for like basically just being really sound with cleaning up the place. I had like one shift of Starbucks like in the middle of this whole weekend, so I like basically we cleaned up the place the whole day, didn't like sleep all night. Then I went to work, and then the work was like the normalest part of this whole thing. And then after that, I went back home, slept for a bit. Then me and Sean, who I mentioned at the start, like basically my plane, or I had to leave to go to Hawaii at like 3 or 4 in the morning. So like I got back from work and like I packed up and stuff, and then Sean and I just played zombies till like 4 in the morning. Then I just went to Hawaii. And the whole thing about this Hawaii thing, which I completely forgot to mention, was only my dad knew about it, so it was like a surprise to the rest of my family, and it was the first time I'd ever been on a plane by myself. So it was like really, really wild. Like, like the traveling took like a few days, and then like it took my dad like texted me what like restaurant they were in and stuff. And then I just showed up basically on the other side of the world, and my mom like flipped. She was like crying and stuff, and all the waiters were like, "What the hell is going on?" And the place was called Buzz's Steakhouse. It was honestly like out of my whole life, that was one of the highlights of my life. Just like having that surprise. Like basically, it was all funded and stuff by my dad, so it wasn't really like my doing. But and then we came back, and my parents, they definitely knew something was wrong because like the angle of the TV was different, and like a pot was in the wrong room, and like we'd slipped up a few places, but I just denied it. And then my mom found like stains on the wall, and like because they both knew something had happened, but I just denied it. And then like my mom took me aside, and she's like, "Was someone throwing oranges at the wall?" And I think that's when like I got rumbled, but never got in any trouble. They officially found out a few months later when my parents were with someone else's parents who'd been at the party, and they were like, "Oh, I was at your son's party a few months ago, blah, blah, blah." But by then it was fine. So like, yeah, really fun weekend, just like crazy times. Yeah. But that's basically just a random video that I thought I'd make. I don't know what I'm doing.